For more on the case over former President Trump's 2024 Colorado ballot eligibility that's set to be heard by the Supreme Court next month, I'm joined by attorney Lexie Rigden. Lexie, good afternoon.
Good to see you.
So as expected, the Supreme Court's going to hear debates about the Colorado ballot issue involving the former president. Set the stage. What do you anticipate?
Well, this is for all the marbles, Mike. This is going to be really important because if the Supreme Court, who has to decide whether the Colorado Supreme Court erred in its decision that Trump could be off the ballot, if they agree with that decision, then Trump is off the ballot in Colorado, and that's going to set the stage for other blue states to be able to do the same thing, basically copying the exact legal framework. But if Trump wins, which is expected that the Supreme Court is not going to simply uphold everything the Colorado Supreme Court did, then that's going to be a massive blow to other states that want to keep him off the ballot. And it may actually be outcome determinative in whether they can or not.
To your point, it isn't just about Colorado. We've got a map basically showing all the places where there are potential challenges going on. So we are getting into caucus and primary season starting a week from tomorrow. Do you expect the high court will act swiftly?
I do expect the high court to act swiftly. As we know, it's usually in June when the big decisions come out, but they don't have the luxury of waiting here. And all of the briefs that were filed that are hundreds and hundreds of pages, I can't imagine the holidays that were ruined with partners and associates and law clerks having to do all of this research. But it's really important that this comes out now, because right now we have this like piecemeal thing going on in the country where some states want him on the ballot and some states don't. And then we have the issue in Maine where an unelected official has kicked him off the ballot. And in Colorado, the court actually determined he shouldn't be on the ballot. So even though elections are usually the providence of the state, this cannot stand where we have different states making different decisions. And what's kind of scary about this, even for Democrats, is that there are people in red states that are saying, all right, kick Joe Biden off the ballot for insurrection then because of the abysmal conditions at the border. We think that's an insurrection. And so, you know, for the sake of our democracy, the Supreme Court really needs to rule on this. And they don't actually need to decide whether Trump committed an insurrection. In fact, I don't think that they will. I don't think that they want any part of that. I think that they could decide this narrowly. For example, if they say that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment does not apply to the office of the presidency, then it's over. Then Trump's on the ballot.
We know it's a conservative majority on the court, including 3 justices picked by the former president. How awkward does that make the whole process here?
I think it's just rife with whatever decision is made, they're going to say it's partisan. So if they support President Trump and they overturn what went on in the Colorado Supreme Court, they're going to say it's partisan. If they don't, they're also going to say it's partisan. So I think that the Supreme Court is going to want to stay very far away from the question of whether there was an insurrection. And so even if they determine, if they rule this way, that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment does apply to the office of the presidency, there's still the question as to whether kicking somebody off the ballot is self-executing. So they could even go there and say, even if it does apply, we still need some type of an act of Congress to decide that somebody can't be on the ballot. It just can't be random unelected people or elected people in states determining what happens in certain states, and then there are other states that have different decisions being made. So I don't think that they reached the insurrection, and I think they want to stay far away from that so that they don't look partisan.
Fascinating analysis. Lexie Rigden, thank you so much for your time. Happy New Year to you and your family.
You too. Thanks, Mike.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.